So, bit of a different video today. It's a lot simpler. Today we're just basically going to install some lights into the Kyosho Blizzard. It's long overdue. This thing is absolutely brilliant in the snow. And so yeah, I've been meaning to do this forever, trying to replace this amber light with one that actually lights up and also rotates. So here's one that I got off Amazon. These are pretty inexpensive. It's a pack of two for around $15. And what these are basically just 5 separate LEDs within this housing, and they would basically light up one after the other, or actually there's different modes for this particular LED, and would simulate a rotating light you would have on like warning lights or heavy machinery. So yeah, I have it wired to channel 3, and basically this goes to this button on the FSGT5, and this allows me to change modes. From the description, there are 5 different modes. So here we go, we press it twice. This goes to a slower rotating mode. We have a flashing mode, a faster flashing mode, then an off, and it cycles again. So pretty self-explanatory. It's basically as simple as that. Just 5 LEDs and they turn on one after the other to simulate the rotation. Also, for the final install, when I do put this onto the body, I'll be adding a servo. This is just a simple JST extension. As the receiver's box is sealed and this light will be bolted to the body, adding this connection just allows me to unplug it and remove to be able to separate the body from the vehicle itself completely, rather than having this wire connecting the body to the vehicle permanently. With the electrical wiring sorted, we're now going to go into the body and see what we have to do to modify in order to make it fit. So first of all, the interior is clearly in the way, so we're going to have to remove 2 of these screws on each side in order to take that out and have a look under this molded plastic piece. So with all 4 screws removed, we can comfortably remove the cab, and again, the rather intricate interior that we never get to see. This is actually the first time I've seen it. It's just unfortunate that they didn't put clear windows into this guy, but anyways, again, we can see that the light fixture here, unfortunately, is held in by 2 sort of rivet or clips, if you like. So unlike the screws, this is not going to be removable easily. So we're going to have to destroy probably part of the stalk and then glue it back on. But regardless, let's see how it goes. With the clips removed, this is what it is. I managed to sort of save it, did scratch up the body a little bit. But again, I don't think this will be reusable as such. But yeah, it's a good start. The plan here is to reuse this molded light base because it looks nice and clean. Again, this is the original piece. It's just a clear plastic. And the new one is ever so slightly bigger, unfortunately. So we're going to have to modify this piece. I'm sure it will fit. We'll just have to drill out that piece to the diameter of this. And I think if all goes to plan, we'll just glue it back together with some E6000 or shoe goo. So this is definitely not my best work, but turns out this material is actually really flexible. It's more rubbery than it's plastic, and drilling it was just not an option. It just got caught. So I just cut it out with a knife. Probably could have done a better job with a sort of rotary tool, like a Dremel tool, but that's all I had on hand. And now this light fits through it just fine. Like this. It's actually a relatively snug fit. And also, good thing about this light is it does have mounting holes at the very bottom there. And it comes with some screws and nuts. So you can just bolt that onto the body and have this shroud just cover over it. So next I've drilled a hole and I'm going to thread this through. Obviously the JST is not going to fit through that small hole. And I didn't want to cut a hole big enough for this to go through. So I'm going to take apart JSTs. You can actually take out each individual wire, and then I'll just thread each one in individually and then reassemble the JST plug, just so that it just has a smaller footprint and smaller cuts on the body. Here it is all disassembled, and it's pretty simple. You see those 3 clips there. You basically just have to lift those up and these will just slide out. And again, this is not going to do any damage. You can just slot them right back in. Here we have the light and a wire through the body and the JST plug reassembled. Again, make sure you get the wires the right way around, or else it'll be kind of annoying. It just wouldn't work. just take a picture before you disassemble something, and yeah, that's it. Here is supplied with hardware with two, I think, M2 nuts and two M2 bolts. The bolts are just a bit too long, and I'm not going to get a flush sort of mount anyways, so I'm not going to bother with actual hardware. I'm just going to glue it on. Again, this is relatively inexpensive, and the Blizzard isn't a go fast bashing vehicle, so the body is unlikely to get destroyed very quickly. It'll probably last a good few years, at least I would hope. So I'm just going to glue both the this light base and also the light itself straight onto the body with some E6000 and just call it a day. This is E6000. This is one of the my favorite adhesives, just so universal. What it is basically just clear, transparent adhesive, and even when it dries, it's incredibly flexible. It's sort of similar to silicone in some ways, but a lot tougher, and it sticks a lot better. Also, this is perfect for reinforcing bodies because it doesn't have any solvents in it, at least not ones that are compatible with paints. So if you decide to glue something in the inside of the body, this adhesive would not melt your Lexan paint. So there we go, we're just going to go ahead and glue the base and light back in. So what's good about this adhesive is it doesn't dry instantly, and if you get some off, like some of this sort of spider webbing, you can just rub it off before it dries. Even after it dries, you can like pretty readily rub it off, but when you have enough, let's say sticking some lights on, it's perfectly strong enough to holding on, and it's also incredibly waterproof, so it's perfect for any sort of RC needs. As a precaution, so I don't ever rip the wire out, I have backfilled it with some extra glue from the inside of the body, and also I've just duct taped it to the side just for some extra strength so I don't really rip anything out. Here it is all glued down and cable managed to the bottom. We're just going to go ahead and plug it into the truck and take it for a drive. Here it is all completed, looking sharp as ever. Again, I might add some LEDs for here, but again, they're just for cosmetics. It's going to be useless for actually trying to light up where you're driving, but all in all, I absolutely love the look of this. It just brings the scale details to life, especially with all the exhaust and the rear view mirrors. This vehicle just, this is great for scale. Again, probably going to have to also add some back bed accessories now, but this is it for today. Unfortunately, it's gotten really warm recently. It's around like 20-25 degrees Celsius, around 60 degrees, 60-70 Fahrenheit outside right now. More likely than not, this is not going to see any snow until next winter. But yeah, this is it for today. Just a simple mod. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.